Funding for Scholastic Scrimmage is provided in part from Air Products Foundation. The foundation is supported by donations from Air Products and Chemicals Incorporated as a charitable organization whose contributions provide support for educational, cultural, health, and community programs in the Lehigh Valley.
Proud to support the finest in education and in public television, we are the people of Muhlenberg College.
From Hill Financial, involved in helping the communities we serve, bringing you the best right here on public television and Channel 39. Hill Financial Savings, helping you to a better life. The series is also made possible by Channel 39 School Services participating districts.
WLVT-TV presents Scholastic Scrimmage, a weekly program featuring teams from Lehigh Valley High Schools in a contest of quick recall. Tonight's teams are from Stroudsburg High School and Freedom High School. Your host for Scholastic Scrimmage is Harry Price.
Good evening and welcome to the second semifinal contest of Scholastic Scrimmage. We're going to meet the teams and the coaches, then we'll begin the contest. From Stroudsburg High School, Steve Salva, senior. Faisal Chaudhry is a sophomore. The captain, Dan Liberman, is a senior. Brett Albertson is a sophomore. And we have two coaches, John Meixel, teacher of English. I should mention that John is a longtime coach of Scholastic Scrimmage, the Stroudsburg team, along with Lorna Kaler. And John, I think, is heading into retirement. We just want to pay tribute to him for an outstanding job done here over the years. And the other coach is Hugh Montaigne, teacher of social studies. From Freedom High School, Hyra Tarhan is a junior. Jigar Parikh is a captain and a senior. Peter Stone, also a senior. Mark Hushman is a junior. And the coach is Eileen Bauer, teacher of social studies. Channel 39 is pleased to announce that at the conclusion of the championship contest next week, the Air Products Foundation will present a $1,500 scholarship award to the championship high school and a $750 scholarship award to the runner-up high school. Both awards will be in the name of the Scholastic Scrimmage teams. Remember, the answers to the questions on Scholastic Scrimmage require rapid recall of factual information and aren't necessarily indicative of academic training. The rules for the contest are as follows. On toss-up questions, you'll be given 10 points for each correct answer, and 10 points will be deducted for an incorrect response. If you answer incorrectly, then the opposing team will have an opportunity to answer without penalty, and they'll receive 5 points for a correct answer in this situation. Of course, a correct answer to a toss-up question gives you an opportunity to answer a bonus question without penalty. Team members may confer only on the bonus questions, and the answers to these questions should be given to me by the two team captains, Dan and Jigar. A buzzer will signal the end of the contest. If it sounds while a question is being asked, the game stops. If the buzzer goes off while you're answering, however, you will be permitted to complete your answer, but no bonus questions will be asked. Are there any questions? If not, we'll begin with our first toss-up. After defeating Spain in the Spanish-American War, the United States took over what group of islands in the... That's Freedom, Peter.
The Philippines.
Correct. In the Western Pacific as a provision of the 1898 Treaty of Paris. Your bonus, a 10-pointer. For 5 points apiece, Freedom, I have two World War II questions for you to ponder. First, the hand that held the dagger has struck it into the back of its neighbor, said FDR, on June 10th, 1940. The day Mussolini joined the war and sided with Germany by attacking what nation?
France. Ethiopia. It's France. Say it.
Jigar.
France.
Correct. What World II siege resulted in over 1 million deaths in this Russian city? Jigar.
Stalingrad.
Incorrect.
You're right.
Okay, it's incorrect. It would be Leningrad. The Germans laid siege from August 1941 until January 1944. Going for a 15-point bonus. Toss-up. Irving Stone's A Sailor on Horseback was written about the life of the author of The Sea-Wolf in The Call of the Wild. Stroudsburg, Dan.
Jack London.
Who was that author? Jack London is correct, and your bonus, a 15-pointer, Dan, for you and the team. For 5 points apiece, name each of the following. First, the apostle who betrayed Christ with a kiss in the Garden of Gethsemane. Dan?
Judas.
Correct. The confessed spy who was the U.S. government's chief witness in the 1949 perjury trials of Alger Hiss. Dan?
No response.
It would be Whittaker Chambers. And your final one, the fairy sister of King Arthur, who revealed to him the affair between Lancelot and Guinevere. Dan?
Morgan Le Fay.
Correct. 2 out of the 3 for 10 points. Toss up. Preparing for a 10-point bonus. What joint is formed at the junction of the talus with the fibula, that's the fibula, and the tibia? It's Freedom, Hira.
The knee.
Incorrect. Stroudsburg, Faisal.
The ankle.
The ankle is correct. Again, the talus with the fibula and the tibia is the ankle. Bonus 10-pointer. It's 4 Stroudsburg. You got 5 on a rebound. You've just read a chapter in an earth science text. What was that chapter about if it introduced such terms as follows? Varves, cames, and eskers.
Glaciers.
Dan?
Glaciers.
Correct. Or glaciation. Toss up, looking again at a 10-pointer. How many significant digits are there in the following number written in scientific notation? Here's the number. 4.900 times 10 to the 3rd power. Stroudsburg, Brett.
4.
Correct. Bonus. On the monitor. What are the zeros of that expression, x cubed minus 4x?
X is 0, 4.
X is
2, negative 2 or 0.
Dan.
0, 2, or negative 2.
Correct. Toss up. Again looking at a 10-point bonus. Bridal Veil is a 620-foot high waterfall located in what national park? It would be Yosemite National Park in California. Toss up. What are the 2 types of nouns found in this sentence? The Yorktown was an enormous aircraft carrier. Freedom, Peter.
Common and proper?
You are correct. The proper would be Yorktown and common aircraft carrier. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer for you and the team, Jagar. Name the tyrannical, fictional political leader who was portrayed as a protective elder family member by George Orwell.
Big Brother. I don't know. It might be.
Jagar.
Big Brother?
Correct. Toss up, going for a 10-point bonus. How many atoms of oxygen are there in 1 molecule of aluminum oxide if oxygen has a valence of a negative? Stroudsburg, Brett.
3.
Correct. Oxygen has a valence of a negative 2, and aluminum has a valence of a positive 3. It's Al2O3. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer. Lichens first appear on bare rock surfaces. Then come the mosses, followed by plants with strong roots. Then the animals begin to show up. This idealized process is referred to as ecological what? Dan?
Succession.
Correct. Toss-up. It's a visual toss-up on the monitor. 2 of his works were entitled Indian Troops and Black Hawk. He's widely regarded as the best-known painter of American Indians. An example of his work is being shown on the monitor. He died in 1872. His name was George what? That is George Catlin, C-A-T-L-I-N. Toss-up, preparing for a 10-point bonus. He was a German Jew. His family had fled from Hitler. He was a well-known Harvard professor, and he became Richard Nixon's foreign affairs advisor and later, Freedom, Peter.
Kissinger.
Correct, and later served him as Secretary of State. I wanted you to name him. Henry Kissinger is correct. Bonus 10-pointer for Freedom. As a Roman numeral, express the year that the Norman conquest of England began.
1066.
Jagar.
MLX VI.
You are correct. And that comes out to be 1066. Going for a 10-point bonus. Toss up. The words desiccate and siccative are built on the root word sic, S-I-C-C, that means what? Stroudsburg, Dan.
Water.
Incorrect. Cigar.
Dry.
Dry, it does mean. It's from the Latin siccus, S-I-C-C-U-S, which means dry. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer. For 17.5 cents an hour, a Lithuanian laborer swept up guts in a Chicago meatpacking plant. Upton Sinclair named this character Jurgis Rudkus in what novel?
The Jungle.
Cigar?
The Jungle.
Published 1906, you're correct. Going for a 10-pointer, toss up. The point about which a ray is rotated to form an angle is called the what? Stroudsburg, Dan.
Vertex.
Correct, Dan. Bonus 10-pointer for 5 points apiece. Tell whether each of the following describes a monocot or a dicot. First one, seeds that have 2 cotyledons. Dan?
Dicot.
Correct. Vascular bundles that are scattered. Dan?
Monocot.
Correct. Toss up, going for a 10-pointer. In what Asian country during the early 1900s were the following 2 types of rulers found? Viceroys and Maharajas. Freedom, Jigar.
India.
Correct. Bonus 10-pointer. The kulaks were wealthy peasants largely exterminated in the 1920s to make way for the collectivization of agriculture in what country? Jigar?
Soviet Union.
Correct. Toss up, preparing for a 10-pointer. After so many years, this Arabian bird was said to make a nest of spices. Stroudsburg, Brett.
Phoenix.
Phoenix, and flap its wings to set fire to the pile. It would consume itself in ashes, only to come forth anew. What was the name of this bird? And the phoenix is correct. Bonus 10-pointer for Stroudsburg. What 2-syllable prefix means around when it's joined to such roots as stance, scribe, inspect? Dan?
Circum.
Correct. Toss up, looking at a 10-pointer again. What is another name for the tricarboxylic acid cycle or the citric acid cycle? Stroudsburg, Steve.
The Krebs cycle.
Correct, after Sir Hans Adolf Krebs, 1953 German Nobel Prize winner for medicine. Bonus 10-pointer. What plural term of 10 letters, beginning with the letter A, is used to describe all of the following? Tails, legs, arms.
Appendicular.
Dan?
Appendiculars.
Incorrect. I wanted 10 letters. Appendages would be correct. Going for a 10-point bonus. On the monitor, mathematics. How many real solutions has that equation? Freedom, Peter.
None.
None, because you'd have k squared is equal to a negative 9. Could not be in the real number system. Bonus 10-pointer. Suppose you're given a total of 8 points in the xy plane. And suppose that no 3 are collinear. For 10 points, how many different triangles can be drawn using these points as the vertices? Jigar.
56.
Correct, Jigar. It's the number of combinations of 8 items taken 3 at a time. 8 factorial divided by 3 factorial times 5 factorial. Going for a 10-pointer. Toss up. A plane traveling due north from North Dakota could fly into either Manitoba or what? Stroudsburg, Faisal.
Saskatchewan.
Correct. That would be in the western part of North Dakota. Your bonus, a 10-pointer. Name the present Canadian city that was burned during the War of 1812. Dan?
Quebec City.
Incorrect. It would be Toronto. It was actually named York then, after the Duke of York, and during the War of 1812, U.S. troops captured and burned it. Toronto. Going for a 10-point bonus. Toss up. What name was used as both the title character of Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice and as the treacherous brother of Prospero in The Tempest? Antonio. Toss-up. It's a listening toss-up, and I want you to listen to the excerpt. The segment we just heard was from the Peer Gynt Suite, composed in 1875 by Edvard Grieg. What was Grieg's nationality? I'm sorry, Faisal, your buzzer is too late. The buzzer went off. It would be Norwegian. Toss-up, preparing for a 10-point bonus. Today, the former country of Serbia is part of what nation? Stroudsburg, Steve.
Yugoslavia.
Is the largest constituent republic of Yugoslavia. Your bonus, a 10-pointer. What continent is located east of both the Verde Islands and the Canary Islands?
East. African.
Dan?
Africa.
You are correct. Toss-up. What two words indicating an intricate problem are related to a story about the king of Phrygia and Alexander the Great? It would be the Gordian knot. Gordius was the king of Phrygia, and Alexander cut the knot tied by Gordius with his sword. Toss-up. Tetrad formation is the first step that distinguishes meiosis from what? Freedom, Jigar.
Mitosis.
Correct. And your bonus, a 15-pointer, Jigar, for you and the team. The heaviest naturally occurring alkaline earth element is radium, while the lightest is beryllium. For 5 points each, name 3 of the other 4 alkaline earth elements.
Which one is magnesium, calcium, and barium? Try it.
Jigar.
Magnesium, calcium, and barium.
I said for 5 points each, name 3 of the other 4. You've done that. The 4th is strontium. Going for a 10-point bonus. It's on the monitor. Mathematics. What is the value of log sine of 5 pi divided by 2? Freedom, Peter.
0.
Correct, Peter. Your bonus on the monitor again. I think it should be. And maybe it's not on the monitor. You're given triangle ABC. Angle C is a right angle. And angle A is equal to 30 degrees. And side AC is equal to 12 units. I want you to solve for side AB in simplest radical form. That's Jigar.
Go.
What?
21? 24, sorry.
Incorrect. It would be 8 root 3, 8 times the square root of 3. Here's your toss-up, going for a 10-point bonus. What 3 words did Julius Caesar utter according to Freedom, Peter?
Et tu, Brute.
Incorrect. Over to Stroudsburg on the rebound, no conferring. What 3 words did Julius Caesar utter according to Plutarch upon his victory at Zela in Asia Minor? Dan?
Vini, vidi, vici.
Correct. I came, I saw, I conquered. Bonus 10-pointer for you and the team, Dan. You got 5 on the rebound. This Chiricahua Apache chief was imprisoned in Florida and then in Oklahoma. Many regard him as the last American Indian to formally surrender to the United States. Chief Goyathle is better known as what? Dan?
Geronimo.
Geronimo is correct. Going for a 10-point bonus. Toss up. Classify the first word in the following passage. Hiking in the mountains of Colorado. Stroudsburg, Brett.
Gerund.
Incorrect. Over to Freedom. Classify the first word in the following passage. Hiking in the mountains of Colorado, Jack felt a sense of purpose for the first time. Mark.
Participle.
Participle it is. You got 5 on the rebound. Your bonus a 10-pointer. What name in Norse mythology refers literally to the yard in the middle, or the region of the earth?
Odin. No. What is it? Odin? No. Bring in. Say Odin. Oh, that's not right. It's God.
Jigar.
Medius Serenus.
Incorrect. It would be Midgard. M-I-D-G-A-R-D, or Midgarth. Toss up. Looking at a 10-point bonus. The 18th century Age of Reason is also known by what 4-syllable term? Stroudsburg, Dan.
I need an answer, Dan. Enlightenment.
Enlightenment is correct. Bonus a 10-pointer. There's an opportunity, Dan and team, to use your knowledge of the geography of rivers. For 5 points each, name the rivers that flow through or past the following American cities. The first one, Trenton, New Jersey. Dan?
Delaware.
Correct. Louisville, Kentucky.
Ohio.
Dan?
Need an answer. Tennessee.
Incorrect. It would be Ohio. 1 out of 2 for 5 points. Going for a 10-pointer. A group of related words without a subject or a predicate is called a what? Freedom, Hara.
Phrase.
Correct. Bonus, a 10-pointer. What idiom, meaning dispassionately or deliberately, is used in courts of law and has to do with general temperature of the fluid circulated by the heart?
What?
Jigar?
In cold blood.
Correct. Toss up. Looking again at a 10-pointer. Some animals use them as organs of touch, while others use them for taste or smell or even hearing. Freedom, Mark.
Tongue.
Incorrect. Over to Stroudsburg. On the rebound, no conferring. Some animals use them as organs of touch, while others use them for taste or smell or even hearing. They're found in pairs. Name these organs typically found on crustaceans and insects. Steve.
Antenna.
Correct. Bonus 10-pointer. The major problem associated with organ transplants is that the recipient's immune system often reacts against the new organ as though it were some kind of invading organism. This is known as what?
Rejection.
Dan.
Rejection.
Correct, Dan. Take out your papers and pencil. Reduce this ratio to lowest terms. 7 divided by 4, or 7/4, to 1 divided by 8, or 1/8. Freedom, Peter.
14-1.
Correct. And your bonus, a 10-pointer. On the monitor, how many terms are there in the expansion of the quantity n minus 2 to the 78th power?
How many terms? 79.
Jigar. 79 is correct. Toss up. Name the American frigate that sank the British frigate Guerriere. Stroudsburg, Brett.
Bonhomme Richard.
Incorrect. Over to Freedom. Name the American frigate that sank the British frigate Guerriere in the early days of the War of 1812. Peter.
The Constitution.
Old Ironsides is correct. 5 on the rebound, your bonus. About 10,000 American and 45,000 Filipino prisoners were marched by the Japanese to a place called San Fernando following the fall of what peninsula shortly after the U.S. involvement in World War II? Jigar.
Baton.
Correct. April 9th, 1942 it began. Going for a 10-point bonus. Toss up. Of the Incas, Mayas, Aztecs, which one had the only written language of the New World? This language was only recently deciphered. Freedom, Jigar.
Mayas.
Correct. And your bonus, a 10-pointer. This term is derived from the place that Plato taught in Athens. It refers to an association of literary or artistic or scientific people brought together for the advancement of culture in their specific fields. The term is what?
What is it? Schools of learning? University.
Jigar.
University.
No, it would be academy. Toss up. What constitutional amendment prohibits a judge from issuing this sentence? The guilty party is to be buried in an area infested with Freedom, Peter.
8th.
Correct. Infested with red ants and required to listen to 500 hours of knock-knock jokes. Your bonus, a 10-pointer. Delaware and Kentucky were 2 of the 4 border states during the Civil War. For 5 points each, name the other two.
Maryland and West Virginia. Missouri and Maryland. Missouri and Maryland.
Jagar.
Missouri and Maryland.
Correct. All were slave states that refused to secede from the Union. That is the final buzzer, and the final score is 205 for Freedom and 170 for Stroudsburg. Stroudsburg, Dan and team, we want to thank you for being on. You've been outstanding, and we know that Steve and Dan will both have good success in college. Faisal and Brett, we look forward to seeing you here again. You're both young, and I think for the age of your team, you were truly outstanding. Freedom, congratulations. We're going to see you in the Monday, June 12 championship contest, which will be a 60-minute contest right here on WLVT. Your competition for that is going to be a sister Bethlehem school, Liberty High School. Again, the championship, 60 minutes here on WLVT, Monday, June 12th. This is Harry Price. Thank you for being with us, and good night.
Funding for Scholastic Scrimmage is provided in part from Air Products Foundation. The foundation is supported by donations from Air Products and Chemicals Incorporated as a charitable organization whose contributions provide support for educational, cultural, health, and community programs in the Lehigh Valley.
Proud to support the finest in education and in public television, we are the people of Muhlenberg College.
From Hill Financial, involved in helping the communities we serve, bringing you the best right here on public television and Channel 39. Hill Financial Savings, helping you to a better life. The series is also made possible by Channel 39 School Services participating.